Good afternoon. I bid to everyone present. My name is Priya, and today I'll be suggesting one of the best methods to control your anger, which is by doing physical activity, otherwise known to us as exercise. If you had a lengthy day filled with frustrations from work, studies, or even family members, drop everything you're doing and carry out some physical activity or exercise outside. Whether it's walking, jogging, playing badminton, or any other form of fun activities, sweat your anger out. By sweating when exercising, it can help stimulate an hormone called endorphin, which is a hormone that is released into the brain. This hormone is known as a feel good hormone that helps you feel good. So, when you are exercising, there will be a lot of production of endorphins. These endorphins can help to calm you down instead of feeling angry. You can also exercise with your family members or even friends. And during your exercise sessions, talk to them about the anger that you are feeling. Maybe they can lend you a word of advice. Therefore, I strongly believe that exercise is the best way to reduce your anger. Thank you.
Hi, and greeting to Miss Cindy and my fellow friends. So, anger can lead to a lot of problems if you don't control it. The causes of anger can vary. It may be triggered by external factors such as bullying, humiliation, and loss, or internal factors such as frustration or failure. In my opinion, we can control our anger by going to a therapy. Addressing underlying issues can help reduce disproportionate feeling of anger. But sometimes, a person needs to control anger on its own terms. Management therapy can take place in a group session or one-to-one consultation with a counselor or psychotherapist. If a person has received a diagnosis for a mental health issue, such as depression, this should influence their anger management. In anger management training, a person learns to identify triggers, respond constructively either in the early stages of anger or beforehand, handle the triggers, adjust irrational and extreme through thought processes, return to a calm, peaceful state, and redirecting energy and resources into a problem solving. A therapist or counselor can guide an individual through some questions such as, how do I know when I'm angry? What type of people, situation, events, places, and other triggers make me angry? Or what impact does my angry reaction have on other people? This can help the person to understand that anger and calmness are not clear-cut emotion. Anger, for example, can range from a mild irritation to a full rage. Learning to recognize the spectrum can help people identify when they are truly angry or when they are reacting severely to minor frustration. A key of therapy is to help discover and act to these distinctions. That's all for me. Thank you.
Quickly. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Faika Fakia binti Muhammad Nur, and today I would like to share one of the way to deal with anger issue. Anger is the worst nightmare that have ever happened in anyone. Anger is a natural, instinctive response to threats. Some anger is necessary for our survival. Anger becomes a problem when you have a trouble controlling it, causing you to say or do things you regret. Uncontrolled anger is bad for your physical and mental health. It can also quickly escalate to verbal or physical violence, harming you and those around you. For example, when you get angry, you may hit people around you, which cause an action that will make you regret one day. But fear not, you will be able to control this anger by identify the reason of what making you angry. For example, when you get angry, be calm and take a deep breath. Think of what make you angry, such as overload words. Try to settle down the word one by one and take some rest after finishing one word before do the another word. With this, you won't get mad on unfinished words, and this will also lead to better emotions. Identify the problem or also well known as self-awareness by noticing what you're angry about and why. Put into words what's making you upset so you can act rather than react. You have to ask yourself what got me angry today and what am I feeling and why. You can do this either in your mind or out loud, but it needs to be clear and specific. I think that's all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears.
Hi and greetings to Miss Cindy and my fellow friends. So today, me, Priya and Faika will discuss about what is the best way to control our anger. Anger is a strong feeling of displeasure. It is often a reaction to stress, failure, and injustice. Anger can range from mild irritation to a full-blown rage. It is normal to experience anger. At times, anger is the appropriate response to the action of others, when managed correctly and kept in check. But anger has risks, perhaps more than any other emotion. It can alienate people from others and lead individuals to do things they later regret. People who have lasting extreme anger may find it helpful to explore its causes with a therapist. Anger can lead a lot of problem if we don't control it. The causes of anger can vary, may be triggered by external factors such as bullying, humiliation and loss, or internal factors such as frustration or failure. Anger is not always a reaction to a present circumstance. Sometimes, a situation will unconsciously remind a person of a past experience. A person may displace their anger about the past onto the present situation. Anger issues rarely exist in isolation, and they can derive from a range of other mental health issues, including alcohol or drug dependence, bipolar disorder, or psychotic disorder. So, what about you, Priya? How do you think we can control our anger?
Thank you, Nanira, for your question. I think that the best way to control the anger is by doing physical activity, otherwise known to us as exercise. So let's say you're having a lengthy day filled with frustration from work, school, or even family members. You can drop everything and go outside and do some exercises. Whether it can be walking, jogging, playing badminton, or any other forms of fun exercising, I would suggest that we should sweat our anger out. By sweating during exercising, we can help stimulate a type of hormone that we learned in biology, which is called endorphins. So endorphins are a feel-good hormone that is released into the brain, especially when we are exercising. This hormone can help to control our anger and make us feel more calm instead of feeling the anger emotion. We can also exercise with our family friends and family members or friends. And during our exercise sessions, we can talk about the anger we are feeling. Maybe they can lend a word of advice to us. I feel that exercising comes along with many other factors besides reducing anger. It also helps to strengthen bonds with friends and family, as they can lend a word of advice. We can spend time with them since they might have busy schedules. And also, when we are exercising, we can look at the beautiful mother nature around us. There will be a lot of trees when we're exercising outdoors. For example, when we are jogging. When we are jogging, we are exercising outdoors. We can take a look at the beautiful trees that releases oxygen. And when we look at the trees, we can feel more calm. Nowadays, we are looking at a lot of electronic devices because we are conducting online classes due to this pandemic. So it will be a good thing that when we are feeling frustrated from doing our work and sitting in front of our computer almost 24/7, we can instead go outdoors and look at the beautiful scenery that can help us calm us down. So I think that exercising comes along with a lot of benefits besides just reducing anger.
Thank you, Priya, for your opinion. So, Priya, you're saying that exercise is the best way to control our anger, right? But how about you, Faika? What is your opinion on the best way to control our anger?
I do agree that exercise do improve our anger issue, such as go for a walk or run, workout, or go play a sport. Exercise do A lot of research has shown that exercise is a great way to improve your mood and decrease the negative feelings. So I do agree exercise will keep the anger down. So as you guys already know, anger is a normal feeling and can be a positive emotion when it helps you work through issues or problems, whether that's at work or at home. However, anger can become problematic if it leads to aggressions, outbursts, or even physical altercations. Anger control is important for helping you avoid saying or doing something you may regret. Before anger escalates, you can use specific strategies for controlling anger, such as identify the problem on why you're getting angry. Uh, Start by noticing what you're getting angry about and why. Put into words what's making you upset as you can act rather than react. You can ask yourself, what got me angry? What am I feeling and why? You can do this either in your mind or out loud, but it needs to be clear and specific. For example, I'm really angry at mom because she won't let me go to the party until I clean my room. It's not fair. Your feeling is anger and you're feeling angry because you might not get to go to the party. Rather than saying mom is so not fair to you, that statement doesn't identify the specific problem, which is you cannot go to the party until you clean up your room, and it doesn't say how you're feeling that time, which is you are feeling angry and upset. If you keep asking that, you will end up settle up the problem. In here, mom doesn't want to let you go to the party until you clean up your room. So you will find the solution of the problem by cleaning up the room. So I do agree that identify the problem is one of the solution to deal with the anger issue. So what do you think of it?
I'm sorry, Faika, but I think I kind of have to disagree with the strategy of identifying the problem, as not many of us are capable of identifying a problem and controlling the situation. Instead, our emotions will get the best of us and cause us to do a more vigorous reaction. We are not very capable of trying to relieve ourselves when we are feeling a full anger of emotions. So I would like to disagree with Paika and instead support my suggestion that exercising is still the best way to control your anger.
So I have other suggestion here, just like Priya and Faika said, exercise and identify your uh, problem is a good way to control your anger. But in my opinion, we can control our anger by going to a therapy. Research shows that therapy in the long term may result in positive changes in the brain. Therapy is considered an important part of an anger treatment plan. The overall goal of therapy is to help you learn strategies to help change your behaviors toward your triggers and manage anger in better ways when it comes up. Therapy can also help you if you have a family member or other loved one whose anger issues are affecting you. Addressing underlying issues can help reduce disproportionate feelings of anger. Sometimes, however, a person needs to control anger on its own terms. Management therapy can take place in group session or one-to-one consultation with a counselor or psychotherapist. If a person has received a diagnosis for a mental health issue, such as depression, this should influence their anger management. In anger management training, a person learns to identify triggers, respond constructively either in the early stages or anger or beforehand, handle the triggers, adjust irrational and extreme thought processes, return to a calm, peaceful state, and redirect energy and resources into problem solving. A therapist or counselor can guide an individual through some questions such as, how do I know when I'm angry? What type of people, situation, events, places, and other triggers make me angry? Or how do I respond when I'm angry? What do I do? This can help the person to understand that anger and calmness are not clear-cut emotion. Anger, for example, can range from mild irritation to a full range. Learning to recognize the spectrum can help people identify when they are truly angry and when they are reacting severely to more minor frustrations. A key aim of therapy is to help people discover and act on these distinctions. And that's all of my opinion.
Wow, Nadira, that is a very good opinion. Thinking about it, I think that exercising, for some of us, they might get lazy. Therefore, I would agree with you, agree with you, Nadira, that going to a therapy session would be one of the best ways to control your anger. As you mentioned earlier, that when we go to therapy sessions, we meet up with a counselor. A counselor is an experienced person, and as you said, they can stimulate many questions, which then applies to FICA's methods, which can help us identify the problem that causing us to feel angry. We can also do it with our other members and share the problems that we are having and facing. And with that, I think we can have more solutions on how to control your anger. So I agree with Nadira's point that going to a therapy session will be the best way to control your anger.
I also agree with Priya and Nadira. Therapy does help people get rid of angers, as this one works as the best if you do it regularly, as it's more of an overall stress management technique that can help you use self-control when you are mad. If you do this regularly, you'll find the anger is less likely to build up. Sometimes anger is a sign that more is going on. People who have frequent trouble with anger, who get in fights or arguments, will get punishment, who have a life situation that give them reason to often be angry may need special help to get a problem with anger under control. So I think therapy can make the anger down. So I think that's all for today. Hope to see you guys in the next discussion. Discussion dismissed.